What's going on, everybody? Zack, Brittain here with Phipps Brittain Real Estate. I'm a local real estate agent here in Waterloo Region. I work with buyers, investors, and sellers every single day. And myself and my partner Matt have helped hundreds of people purchase and sell and invest in real estate right here in Waterloo Region. And one thing we get asked a lot is how to sell a property. So if you want to learn how to sell your property like a boss, you want to learn how to sell your property like a real estate agent, like we sell our own properties, then this video is for you. We're gonna go through what you should be doing before, during, and while you're selling your property in order to make sure that you're getting top dollar for your property. So stay tuned. So you're deciding to sell your house, you're considering making a move, whether it's an investment property or your primary residence. One thing that you really need to consider and clearly define is why you're selling that property and what you're going to be doing after. For the purpose of this video, let's assume you already have made arrangements and you know what you're doing as a seller, but if you need a little bit of help determining if you should buy or sell first, especially if it's a primary residence, then head over to the link in the description. We have a link on our website to go through the pros and cons and some clarifying questions that you should ask yourself as a seller when determining whether to buy or sell first. Zach, I've decided to sell my home. What is the first thing that I should do? You should call me. Seriously. If you're deciding to sell your home, first call you should make is a trusted real estate agent, and you call them and ask them to do a comprehensive market analysis and home evaluation for you and your property. This is the very first step if you would like to sell your home, and it is super important to understand where your home currently fits into the market and how it compares to active and recently sold properties in the same area. So to take just another step further and describe exactly what to expect for a home evaluation and a market analysis is you'll have to have a seasoned professional, somebody that is experienced in your local neighborhood or with your type of property, come and physically view your home. Now, you can get a cheapy freebie home evaluation online that's computer generated. Take that with a grain of salt. If you are even remotely serious about selling your property, having a trusted real estate agent that is experienced and does a significant volume of transactions just like your property is going to be the best way to give you clarity on where your property stands now in terms of value and the specific things you should do to prepare your home for market, regardless of whether it's something you're doing right now or potentially in a few months. Knowledge is power, and this will give you clarity as a seller as everything you need to do for the next steps. As for next steps though, guys, the most common question we get from sellers, other than what's my home worth today, is what should I do to my property to prepare it for market? And we're gonna go through that in detail right now. So you've booked a free home evaluation, and in order to do that, you can go to the link in the description in this video on our website. We have a free home evaluation. Ask a few questions and fill out the form, and we can follow up and book an appointment in order to make sure we can actually view your home and complete the home evaluation and market analysis. And once that's done, you should leave that appointment having clarity on the exact items that you should take care of or that we advise you take care of to position the property to sell for the most amount of money it can. Now, before you really start taking action, ask yourself a few quick questions. If you are somebody that's saying, you know what, Zach, I dread the idea of doing any work to the house, I have no idea what I'm doing, or I don't have the money, or I don't care at all, okay, we understand. If that's you, there are lots of little things that you can do or that we can help you out and our team can help you out in order to prepare the home to have it show as well as it can. Take into consideration though, would it make more sense to invest tens of thousands of dollars into a home that may be a 9 out of 10 on the condition scale to bring it up to that 9.5 or that 10? Or is it more valuable to take a 5, 6, or 7 out of 10, spend a little bit of time, maybe a little bit of money to get that up to an 8 or a 9 out of 10 on the condition scale? That is really up to you, and those are conversations that you should be having with your real estate agent as you're doing the home evaluation process. And that is a big piece of advice that we're gonna go through right now is the top picks for things that we recommend sellers do to improve the condition and how well the property shows before they list the home. So let's get into those now. Exterior curb appeal, one of the simplest things that you can do to your property, especially if you're in the spring, summer, and fall months here in Southern Ontario. In the winter, it's a little bit trickier, but for every other season, making sure that you have your grass cut, your beds edged, some fresh shrubs, and a little bit of mulch can go a long way. These are all things that'll cost you less than a few $100 and a few hand tools and maybe a couple weekends. And look at you, you little green thumb, the outside of your house is looking beautiful. Lighting. Now, if you can't afford to install brand new $10,000, $20,000 chandeliers, A good alternative is to simply clean all of your light fixtures and make sure all of the light bulbs match. We highly recommend going with a bright white light, keeping it consistent throughout the home. Consistency will make a ton of difference, opening up and making all your rooms feel bright and open, just what you want. Now, carpet. I'm not gonna go into the pros and cons of different flooring types, but if you have carpet that's worn down, really common for basements and older bedrooms, and you don't wanna break the bank to install new hardwood or other material, replacing carpet is one of the most inexpensive ways to update your flooring. If you have dated, rough carpet, having somebody come in on a weekend or an evening to replace that section may not cost you as much as you think and will dramatically improve how clean and slick your property looks. Also, another thing that you can market on your listing to improve the perception and the ultimate sale value. We like that. Now, a really common one is paint. And you say, you know what, Zach, DIY, I'm gonna paint the whole thing my house. I think that is a fantastic option if you have the patience and you'd like to save yourself some money. If you don't have the patience or the time, hiring a professional to paint it for you is highly recommended if needed. And what I mean by that is, please do not cheap out and hire the cheapest painter you can possibly find. Make sure if you're going to be paying somebody to do it, you have somebody reputable that's going to do a good job, because nothing is worse than spending the time and money to have your home painted right before you sell it and have the paint job turn out like crap. You've wasted time, money, and energy. So please do it yourself and take your time, make sure it looks nice and good, or hire a professional to make sure that they do it right the first time and you will not regret it. A fresh coat of paint done well is one of the single best investments you can make in the property prior to listing it. Now, one of the most important things, and the simplest, but sometimes the most emotionally difficult to do, is to declutter. Now, you can follow the advice of your real estate agent, or better yet, their staging team. We do have a staging team for you guys, and they are awesome. And I would follow their advice on which items to remove from the property. If you have a place like an exterior shed or a storage room in the basement, or potentially a garage or a loft, placing those items there if you're going to keep them for your new property is recommended. Best case scenario, you're either purging or you have another place off site to keep your items that you're not going to keep and use to actually stage when you sell the home. This means the home is nice and open and a little bit more bare, and it allows buyers to envision them and their personal things in your living space. Ultimately, you need buyers to view your home as someplace that they can make their own and that they can see their life in. That's how you get them emotionally attached and excited to bring you a great offer. And decluttering is one of the best and most cost-effective ways to prepare your home for market and sell it for the most amount of money. So aside from the previous items we've touched on how to prepare your home to sell, one of the number one things we do and ensure before we sell our own properties, and that you need to do if you want to sell your home like a realtor, is to clean the home. Clean it once, then clean it again, and then clean it again. A spotless property is one of the simplest and easiest ways to improve how well it shows and will ultimately improve your ability to sell the home for more money. Having it professionally cleaned or spending a couple days yourself to clean the home will make you thousands. It is probably one of, if not the most time and cost-effective ways to improve your home. Do not underestimate how much a clean home can help you save or make more money on the sale of your home. So the not so secret sauce to selling your home like a real estate agent is staging. Matt and I have sold dozens of our own properties, and we have fully staged every single one. Real estate agents that know what they're doing stage their properties when they sell it, and we highly recommend at the very least a staging consultation to all of our sellers. Like I said, we have a full staging team and they are fantastic. So what I recommend is a staging consultation, and depending on the property and the items that you need, we can determine what pieces we need to add, if any, to put that cherry on top. And what this does is this means that when we're doing media for the property, it is consistent and it is modern. That means when people see the advertising, they see, wow, this place shows very, very well. We need to go see it. And bonus points, it shows better in person because it is fully staged. We have consistent lighting, it's decluttered and clean. All these factors stack up and are very key components if you want to sell your home for the most amount of money in the least amount of time. And as a real estate agent ourselves, these are the components that we follow very strictly in order to position the home to sell. And that is ultimately what you want to do as a seller. You need it to sell in the least amount of time, but for the most amount of money. So sellers, put yourself in the buyer's shoes for a second, and I'm gonna use a little bit of an analogy. Imagine you are buying a brand new car and you see it online, it looks great, but you show up and there's some personal items from somebody else in the car, or there's a scuff on the door, the tires are dirty, and it's not that brand new car that you saw in the photos. Are you gonna be more or less likely to purchase that car? You're going in to buy a brand new car. You're probably less likely, and it is very similar mindset when buyers are viewing your home online and coming to view it in person. Making sure it shows 10 out of 10 online by doing the steps that we've covered, as well as making sure it shows just as good in person because you have staged it and you kept it clean, is a very good way to improve your chances to attracting more buyers and ultimately selling the home for more money. So you have prepared your home like a realtor, like we do when we sell our properties. Now, how do you sell it, Zach? There are 3 key components that you need to consider and what make the difference in selling the home. First is how well the property shows. If you follow the steps, if you have a great realtor that's walking you through what to do and what not to do, you got a great staging team, your home's gonna be showing 10 out of 10. That's fantastic. Now, pricing strategy. This is the second key factor. You need to price the property to sell. Now, if you've done a home evaluation and if you've done a proper market analysis, if you need one, we have a free home evaluation, link in the description where we can walk you through all this. But if you've done this properly with your realtor, you should have a really good idea of what properties are selling for in your local market and area and how. Traditionally, there is 3 pricing strategies. First and foremost, listing about 5% above what you think the home should sell for. This gives you room to negotiate down. Second, listing kind of exactly where you think the property should sell for, plus minus 1%. And third, listing the property 5 to 10% below market value. This strategy has become a lot more common in our local real estate market over the past few years. There is no one size fits all. It depends on you, the property, the market you're in, and what you think will position the property to sell for the most amount of money. Consult with your real estate agent, and we would be happy to share our advice depending on you and your situation. The third and final factor that is a key component to selling your property is the marketing strategy. And to be honest, guys, this is one of the main reasons that you should hire a real estate agent to help you sell your property. And I strongly recommend that you ask either ourselves or whatever real estate agents you're considering hiring to sell your property, what their specific marketing strategy is in order to sell your home. Now, we have a marketing system that we make adjustments to depending on the client, the property, and the market that we're in. But generally speaking, we advise following a marketing strategy that focuses on something like this. Consider who are the target buyers for your home. Where are they coming from? Where do they live? Who do they work with? Are they buying on their own or a real estate agent? How are they finding your home? How do they like to be talked to, marketed to? And how do they negotiate and actually purchase properties? These are things that Matt and my team have considered and put into place in systems to ensure that when we are selling a property, we are marketing to the exact type of qualified and motivated buyer in the places that they look for homes. This ensures, and this also helps if your home looks 10 out of 10 and you followed the other steps, but this ensures that we can get your home and listing in front of the right people at the right time to get them to view the home and ultimately bring an offer. Marketing to the right buyers in the right way will dramatically improve how many showings and ultimately how many offers you will get on your home. So if you have questions on our marketing strategy and the specific things we do to help maximize the exposure for our clients' listings, then get in touch. We have a contact form in the link in the description, and you can fill out your information, and we'd be happy to describe exactly what we do depending on your circumstances and your property. So in summary, if you want to sell your home like a boss, you want to sell your home like a real estate agent, you want to sell your home the way that Matt and I sell our own properties, then you need to do these 3 things. First, you need to get a better understanding of your property and what steps you need to take to get it ready for market. Get a home evaluation and a market analysis done. This will clearly understand where your property's at now and what you need to do before you sell it. Second, you need to go through the checklist of items to take care of the home before you put it on the market. Clean it again, declutter, get all the personal items out, remove everything you don't need, get a stager in there to give you a consultation and some direction, or lean on your real estate agent for things you need to take care of so it shows 10 out of 10. The media will look better, it'll show better in person, and ultimately you'll sell it for more money. Do not underestimate this step. You are saving or making yourself tens of thousands of dollars if you do this right. And third, you need to hire a real estate agent that is going to market your property aggressively to the right types of buyers in order to get them to view the home. The more buyers that are qualified and motivated to purchase your type of home, that get to view your property, increases the chances of getting more offers and selling the home for more money in less time. And that is really what you're hiring a real estate agent for, to get people in the door and lock down the deal that makes sense for you. Thank you so much for taking a look at this YouTube video. If you are considering selling your property, or you want to learn more about what you should be doing to your current properties and what your options are, head to the link in the description for the free home evaluation, and we will get in touch to make sure that you are taken care of. We can share advice, we can come view properties, or we can share additional resources to prepare you to succeed. Now, if you like this video, hit that subscribe button, make sure you drop a like, and leave us a comment, let you know what you think. We really appreciate your feedback. It helps us support the channel and produce more videos that you guys are gonna love. For now, thank you so much for checking out the video, and we'll catch you on the next one.